Jimmy Garoppolo, the quarterback, he's played pretty well the last few games. Is he playing the best football of his career?
He's finally gotten it that you can throw the ball away. You know what I mean? It's amazing. I mean, he sat there and watched Brady do it. Rodgers does it. Mahomes does it. Allen occasionally will do it. Sometimes you got to throw the ball away. Jimmy G has been undone. I think he's played pretty good football throughout his career. He's been undone by his biggest negative plays every week. Now he's finding a way to eliminate those negative plays. I saw it last night. He fires the ball into the, he had a ball to I think it was Ayuk, middle of the field. He was covered, fired it into a soft spot where he could just throw it right into the turf and go to the next play. So that's, making plays is key. Not making negative plays is almost as important.
Sure. That is a big change for him so far. And there's other changes. I think it's interesting that ESPN is not impressed. Their QBR stat, they have him at 48, which is just slightly below average and the worst of his career. So according to their stat, no, I have no idea how they calculate that. And it's probably they're probably holding those two safeties against him from earlier in the season big time, I would imagine. Yeah. But if he can continue to eliminate the turnovers, that's all the Niners really need of him. Also, one more thing that we saw the last few games, the off-schedule throws, the one to McCaffrey for a touchdown against the Rams and the one to McLeod up the sideline against the Chargers, that was nice. Jimmy hasn't done that in a while. And then just all the sideline throws in general in this game, the one to Kittle, the one to Jennings, was there more? The one to Ayuk?
The one to Ayuk was the one that jumped out to me. It was the drive, second to last drive. They didn't score on the drive, but he stuck it in there, man. It was Ayuk one-on-one coverage on the perimeter, and him and the defender were kind of jockeying for position. And I'll say this about Jimmy Garoppolo. Say what you want. We all see the flaws. No guts, no glory. Can't say he doesn't have guts. He's got guts like a cat burglar. I mean, that almost was a pick six. Easily could have been intercepted, and he just stuck it in there. And that, I'm seeing more zip outside the numbers than I remember seeing last year from Jimmy. It was like last year he didn't have the same zip. This year he can get it out there. I thought that past Ayuk that was an eye opener to me. I went back and watched it again last night, and I thought, wow, I'm surprised. I'm impressed that he stuck it in there. I'm impressed that he made the throw, but I'm also impressed by the zip in the ball outside the numbers. Very nice throw. The throw that he's not supposed to be able to make, right?
Well, it's a throw he hasn't even attempted much the last few years since coming to the 49ers. He used to stick it when he was with the Patriots. And, I don't think he's ever going to become a guy who's going to be hitting passes 30, 40, 50 yards down the field. It's not really his game. But if he could at least incorporate the sideline throws, that would be great, considering you already have to worry about the stuff over the middle in the run game. So it does, it increases the potential of this 49ers offense. And it allows you to actually get Ayuk the ball. He wasn't really involved as much last year as he should have been. It's a good thing.
Yeah, he's got to get his rapport going with Ayuk, and Ayuk's got long arms, strong hands, and you can throw him the 50-50 ball, and he'll compete for it when he sees it. There's times when he looks non-competitive if he's late to turn on the ball, but I've seen, to me, Ayuk's been more competitive at the catch point, and I think that makes Jimmy more willing to give him a shot, give him a chance on those 50-50 balls.
I'm a little hesitant to say that Jimmy Garoppolo is playing the best of his life. Now, he played, I feel like he's played 4 good games in a row. Carolina killed him. Atlanta, they lost, but he played pretty well. Last 2 games he's won. I've seen him play good stretches before in October, November, and even December. I'd like to see him do something in the playoffs before I say he's a different guy, but the last month has been promising. I'll give him that. Well,
let's be honest about this. The Ram game, he got freaking lucky. He threw 2 pick sixes or 2 obvious interceptions to Ramsey. Ramsey dropped them both. So, that has to be factored in.
That's why I'm a little hesitant to just go, head over heels for the guy.
2 picks, they don't win that game. So, right. You know what? I'm not going to say but what I do see is I see some growth in that he seems willing and capable of throwing the ball away and going to the next down. And when you have the weaponry that he now possesses, turning the ball over is a major, major problem. It was always a major problem, but when you have these kinds of weapons, it's a bigger problem. I think he realizes that. He's putting more value in protecting the football.
Ivan says, wear the shirts for Lance. Job for QC merch. Man, he got hurt before I had a chance.
Yeah.
See what happens. Ramon says, Colin Cowherd basically said we need to let Jimmy cook. So again, is Jimmy holding Kyle back or vice versa? It's really hard to tell.
Well, is Jimmy holding Kyle back or vice versa? Is the Niners O-line holding both of them back? Because I will say possible. The weapons are legit. Some of the play calls have been questionable. Did they lose some of their run game genius when McDaniel bolted to Miami? Possibly. They seem like they're running into some, more competitive situations. I don't see quite the same ingenuity with their run game, but ultimately, I think their tackle play has been disappointing. That, to me, if you say what's the most disappointing part of the Niners, I wouldn't say it's Jimmy or Kyle. I'd say it's the Niner offensive tackles.